Hello, lovies. It is Coach Ange and Life Coach Brandi Miles, and we're here with the magic. It has been going awesome. We are about halfway through, and we will be halfway through.
Yep. Yay!
Yeah.
This is exciting. Like, how has that been going for you so far?
Oh, man. You know, I love it. I absolutely love it. And, oh, dang it, I have a notebook to give you. I'll have to bring it next time and show everybody. I'm gonna surprise you.
You got me a surprise.
I've been doing it with the Magic Rock. I added something to the Magic Rock, and it's really cool, and I think you'll like it.
That'll be great.
So yeah, I'm excited. I am excited about the next few days. I love how. Okay, so the focus of the magic is gratitude, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But really, the underlying focus is the secret, which is power of attraction.
Yes.
But she does it in such a way where she's like giving you very understandable tidbits of ways to raise your vibration.
Mm-hmm.
And while she's not using necessarily those words, that's what she's doing. And so now we're getting to the part of like actual manifesting and things like that.
Yes.
So this is my jam. So I'm excited about this. So we're on day 13, which is make all of your wishes come true. It's a longer chapter. Oh, we got delivery or something.
I got my animals on high alert. Hey.
Fur babies.
Fur babies. Okay.
Protectors. All right.
So you're doing this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do this one.
Okay.
Make all your wishes
Day 13.
come true. Yeah.
Make all your wishes come true.
If you have been following the magical practices day by day, you've now built an amazing foundation by practicing gratitude for everything you've received and continue to receive in your life. But today is an exciting day because you're going to begin to use gratitude's magical power for your dreams and desires. Mm-hmm. Hundreds of native cultures through the centuries have traditionally given thanks for what they want before they receive it, creating elaborate ceremonies to put as much energy as they could into giving thanks. The Egyptians have celebrated the flooding of the Nile River since ancient times to ensure the continual flow of water in the river. American Indians and Australian Aborigines perform rain dances. Various African tribes perform ceremonies for their food before they hunt for it. And the very nature of prayer in every culture and religion is giving thanks before having received what is desired. So that kind of goes back to the magic dust with the giving thanks and, you know, saying thanks for everything that you've received and all the people that brought it to you. Yep. That's an excellent way to give thanks before.
You're manifesting this. It's
like
putting this information out there into the universe. I don't know how many times I tell people, like, speak your dream. Speak to your dream, like, even with your top 5 people in your life, do they know your dream? Mm-hmm. Like, if they don't know your dream, then they're not your top 5 people in your life, because your top 5 people in your life should be supporting you through your dream. Yeah. And so that's what this is like manifesting. Like, the more you speak your dream or your desires out there into the world, and as many people that you can, you know, tell people, because it makes a difference. Because I have realized through my process, the more people that I manifest my dream to, the more people know about it.
And then the more connections.
Yes, and like that's even good with networking. I've had people reach out to me to do interviews or to talk about the topics of environment and stuff, and that's because I put it out there into the universe.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the same can be said on the opposite as well. Mm-hmm. And so I love how you were saying, don't let your support system dictate your dream. Let your dream dictate your support system.
Yes.
Because you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty awesome because I get to spend so much time with this lady. Yep. But I really see how me elevating my vibe, my belief in myself, has attracted more women who are just incredible powerhouses,
like-minded,
confident,
like-minded,
just business badasses.
Yep.
And so I elevated to get to them, and now that I'm there with them, it feels like we are all just freaking
we're just growing together.
together.
Everybody, it's
all these little businesses on the coast with these women at the helm.
Yes,
are
it's amazing.
They're killing it, and I get to be a part of it because we're always making those connections with others. For others, like we are always like, oh, let me connect you with you. Mm-hmm. That's my I always say that's my favorite is matchmaking, but not in a romantic way. People think of, whenever they hear the word relationship, they automatically think marriage, romantic, but that is not what all relationships are. Obviously, relationship is just simply having a connection with someone. And I love matchmaking friends and business connections. Yes,
because what I've seen that does too is like, I can naturally see like, oh my God, these two people would be perfect together.
Yeah, me too.
Like I guess it's a superpower that we have.
It is.
And
I
even
can't do it romantically.
No, I can't do it romantically.
Totally
like business wise, networking, friendships that can grow together and become something. Mm-hmm. You know, that's just the same as like I'm coaching someone and I see that they need a certain person in their life, and I know that kind of person. I'm like, I have to hook you up with this person, and so I'll link them together. And every time they create magic if they start connecting. So if I ever connect you with somebody, I truly believe that y'all are supposed to be connecting with each other in some way or another. So I truly believe if I'm connecting you with somebody, that's because I believe that y'all have a future together. It's pretty dope, though. It really is pretty dope.
So this chapter is about manifesting. So the law of attraction says that like attract likes, which means that you must form in your mind a likeness or an image of what you want. Then to attract your desire to you, you have to feel as though it's yours, so that how you feel is also like how you would feel when you had what you wanted. The easiest way to do that is to be grateful for what you want before you've received it. If it never occurred to you before to use gratitude to receive what you want, you've now discovered another of its magical powers. But I think that this, if we really think back, I think that it's obvious how this works. And I think it's obvious how we have done it forever with praying before we eat, praying before a big service, praying before a football game. Like all of those things are manifesting. That's exactly
there's another
what
thing
this
too is that you was telling me yesterday that last year at the beginning of last year, 2019, you had told me that you had wrote down that you was going to write a book or be in a book. And then you told me that it manifested a year exactly later. And it's because you put it out there in the universe.
I don't even remember writing this. So I was gifted Brene Brown's new book, Heart of Atlas, which I'm thrilled because I'm a huge fan. And it came, she also got me the workbook. And so I pulled out this journal to write in about it, as well as the book club I'm doing for how to do the work. And so look at this. I love journals. I'm obsessed with journals and writing. And so this is the artwork of a young little mouse. And I was
mouse wrote all over it. I love it.
I was so, like, in all full disclosure, I was so mad. Like, I didn't freak out on her, but I was internally so mad because this is the first time that I had this happen. This is when I first started to see what Little Mouse was going to turn out to be. Because the other two, Aiden and Deal, they never wrote on anything. But anyway, I digress. So it's an old journal. I wrote through some of my divorce stuff in it, and then I started writing, I guess, in 2019. And that was when I was really working on some habits. All of these journals entries start with, it's 4 a.m., I'm up.
Made it up.
It's cold. My ears are shitty. It's 4 a.m., I'm up.
Oh my God, you make me feel better about writing the journal now.
4 a.m., I swear my brain up. So this is it. So, for some reason I wrote 2020, but you can see that it was 2019. But I guess because it was fucking 4 a.m. Sorry, language. Where did it go? Here.
There it is.
I said it's 4 a.m. I swear my brain apologized to me seconds before my alarm went off. Now the reason I was getting up at 4 a.m., this is a side story, is because I'm a firm believer in sleep training and finding your circadian rhythm.
Really?
Because when you find your circadian rhythm, then you will have more energy throughout the day. Your body it is made to do everything naturally. But
Yeah.
we've screwed it all up by taking control and processed foods and all that. But like for me, I sleep 7 hours, and in order for me to not get up at 2 a.m. and not be tired anymore,
You have to go to bed at a certain time to be
Yeah.
able to get up at 4.
Yeah.
So you was training yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and it works. It just sucks. And I'm still not a morning person, but I'm able to get up before
No,
my
she's
alarm. I'm not too bad, but I am not a morning person.
I'm her morning person that
Yeah.
gets her up and my husband up.
Yeah. So this was the time that I was starting to do some meditating and visioning, which visioning is a part of meditating or manifesting. So it says, I'm beginning to have a vision. I want to write a book. I want to be a rep for a fitness clothing agency. I want to be a leader in women's health. It just keeps coming.
Oh my God. So I want to write a book. And
Yeah.
so you've done that.
Yeah.
Okay. We have to like show this.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to be a rep for a fitness clothing agency. You are well on your way to that. Like, we're working on Fabletics. She
Yeah.
buys all Fabletics
Yeah.
clothes. We're going to start looking at different ways as far as like
3 layers this morning because it's cold.
Yeah.
Feel this. It's a sweater. It's sweater type.
I know. I have to like. I love Fabletic stuff. It's
And
just
it's a short one, so it's like an undershirt. It's great.
and that's all Fabletics too.
Yeah.
That's all she wears is
This is
Fabletics.
the
So I
new
know
one.
she's going to. This is going
new.
to manifest.
Everything else is a season or two old, but
I love it.
But this is new, and this is new. God, I love their headbands. I have a big old head. So anyway,
So everything that I want
Yeah.
to be a leader in women's health. You are
Yeah.
doing just that.
Yeah.
And it says just keep going. And this is January 2019.
Yeah.
And look at you.
Yeah, and then a year later, we published. I was in Finally Free, which made #1 international bestseller. Anyway, so this is gonna be the
And
longest
I'm 1
video
year
we've done.
behind you because
Yes.
mine is going this way.
Okay, this is gonna be the longest video we've ever done. Sorry. So let's see. Whoever has gratitude now will be given more in the future. He or she will have an abundance. Gratitude is something you must have before you can receive, not something you simply do after. Most people, it's easy to be grateful after. It's so important to be grateful before. And this task will really help you with that too. And it'll help you with the envisioning that I spoke of earlier. So at the beginning of this book, I asked you to get really clear about what you want in every area of your life. I hope that you've done that. If you haven't, then seriously pause and do it. So take a look at every area in your life, your personal life, your work life, your spiritual life, your health life,
Your financial life.
Yeah, for me, we work on 5 areas of wellness. We work on relationships, which is usually boundaries. Again, not just romantic. It can do with work. It can do with siblings. It can do with
Friendships. Partnerships.
Yeah,
all
anything.
those things.
Spiritual, which can do with whether it's organized religion or not. There's so many ways to find your spiritual path, and it's really important to find a spiritual path.
Yes.
And then nutrition and exercise. Personal time and self-care, that is when you are spending time on yourself just to be with yourself, but then that's also how you're spending your downtime. Are you allowing yourself to rest? If we are not allowing ourselves to rest, then we are doing ourselves a disservice when we sit and watch TV. If you are too busy worried about everything that you should be doing instead of resting, you're not resting.
That's one of my superpowers is sleeping.
Yeah, and then lastly, me too. I'm an Aquarius.
Yes.
And then lastly is academic and career. And that's another area that you want to look at. How's that going? Because so often I get clients that come to me who are just stuck and fed up and ready to change jobs. Yes. And 3 of them, I've had 3 people who came to me to start coaching.
Really? That is awesome.
Yeah, it's really killer.
Well, the thing about that too is that I tell people as far as like education and stuff.
Yeah.
I can tell you most of my life I was in survival. Mm-hmm. So I would go to work and come home, get the house clean, do chores,
Right.
get stuff cooked, make sure the kids are doing their homework, go to the sports. So your life gets really, really busy and you're very much in survival.
Yeah.
But now that I'm older, I see the value of always learning and learning and growing and becoming wiser.
Yeah.
And so that's the one thing that I have learned, and I would extremely encourage people to learn something. If it's just putting an audible in and listening when you're driving down the road, or
YouTube,
a podcast.
Yeah.
You know, you have to
having
bring
a
knowledge.
hobby is so valuable as an adult,
Mm-hmm.
and it's something that, you know, as a kid I thought was a kid thing, but that's because, well, something that you've definitely taught me, that's because as adults we're taught that we're not supposed to play
anymore.
Stop playing around, stop goofing off, you got to be serious, be more professional, what are you doing, you know, all of that. And so then we take it all out, whereas really we need to play, we need to celebrate, we need to honor ourselves, we need to enjoy things, we need to slow down.
And these are all things, you know, I'm a life coach that is skilled in these areas, but I can tell you that I'm still working on these areas with myself. It's never a finished situation. It's never finished. You're always at a place where you can level up, upgrade. So I'm constantly doing these things, and so that's what I do on my page is I show women how to look at their environment to win for them.
So, if you have not looked at the areas of your life and get clear about what you want, then again, take a moment, do this. You can select 10 desires from different areas of your life, such as money, health, home, relationships, or 10 desires in one area you really want to change, such as work or success. It just depends on what you have going on. You know, if you have one thing that's really struggling with, or if you can figure out what the root thing is, because sometimes it's not your job or your home. Sometimes it's you, and you need to get your nutrition together because the things that you're eating aren't making you feel well, and you're cranky.
Self-care.
And so you just have to, being able to figure that out can also help to figure out what you want to focus on. So it says sit down at a computer or with a pen and journal. You know that I'm a big fan of the pen and journal. And another thing about writing, so y'all also know I'm a big fan of saying things, but oh man, when you write and say it, girl.
And you know what? Honestly, I'm just going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I've always been resistant of doing a journal.
Yeah.
Because it's so funny, but I didn't want my journal to be stupid. You know what I'm saying? Or just saying, or just, you know, saying stuff like, oh, it's at 4:00 in the morning. So I thank you. I'm thanking you for showing me this. Because you're showing me that it's just simple shit that I can manage. Yes. And so,
this month's Tip Tuesday. So this January, I talked about my Tip Tuesday was talking about sleep. So I have that on TikTok and my other stuff. And then February, I'm going to talk about waking.
Waking up? Awakening?
Yeah, waking up in the morning.
Oh, waking up in the morning.
So
I thought you meant like awakening.
No. So like in tangent with sleeping, because how you go to sleep is important,
how
you wake up is also important.
Yes. Yeah. I love that. I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah. All right, so sit down, write your stuff out, and create a separate list of your top 10 desires in the following way. So what we're doing is we're acting as if we've already received them. We're saying thank you. We're feeling it. We are really being grateful for the things that we have, quote unquote, received. And it's really, you're just tricking yourself, you know, and it's great because the mind can be brainwashed. We know that. We've seen it. You know, that
it did it for me for years.
And I mean, Hitler freaking brainwashed a whole, you know, thousands or whatever. So it's obvious that brainwashing is capable of happening. So why can't we brainwash ourselves into good?
Well, you get lost in your mind.
Yeah.
Instead of getting into your heart.
And so then things like this, structure like this, helps you to brainwash yourself into good. Because you are really going to feel the excitement of having that, or like what I love is having experiences like Byron had, where he got to go into that house that was unlike anything he's ever imagined being in, because now that he's seen it and he's felt it, if he were to sit down and envision himself and whatever his house like that would look like, he would be able to more accurately do it
because he's been in it,
because he's experienced it.
Yeah.
And so it does help to be able to have that experience, but it's not necessary.
And what we're discussing is my husband works for pest control. He left offshore and come home to be home and support me through my journey of my career. And here in the Biloxi area, that's where he does pest control. And there's a lot of wealthy people here and wealthy houses and just extraordinary homes that he gets to walk into. And sometimes
really great people too.
Yes, and
really
these are these are some of these people that my husband meets and stuff. He just comes home and he tells me about them, and he's so excited to
Yeah.
tell me about what he's seen
Yeah.
and how nice the people are,
Yeah.
and them, telling them the story of what happened. He just loves that. And so, him having this experience and stuff through that, I feel like God has a plan for him, like a huge plan in this area. So I think that's the reason why all of it's evolving the way it is.
There's a plan for everybody, but there's such a plan. So anyway, like I said, this is going to be our longest video.
It's okay, but it's all good
great.
stuff.
Oh my gosh. So what you're going to do is you're going to write down the things that you want. So let's take my list for a good example. So what I would do if it were 2019 still, I would write, thank you for my best-selling book, which, so thank you for my best-selling author book. I am so honored to have been able to tell my story and touch that so many people supported me.
Yep.
The second one, what could be thank you for allowing me the opportunity to showcase Fabletics, to have an affiliate link so that when people do purchase, I do get a little something.
Yep.
And honestly, for even just having Fabletics, because I genuinely love it that
Well,
much.
you love it that much because it works perfectly on your body.
It
And
really
so, and
does.
that's why you represent Fabletics.
Yeah, like it's genuine.
Because you have a hourglass body and it hits it.
Well, and dramatic. And I've tried so many others. There's some women-led brand, which Fabletics is women-led because Kate Hudson, but there's some smaller women-led brands that I love what they do, but it just didn't work.
Yep.
What would you say? Thank you.
I would say thank you for my high marks on my ICF exam.
Yes.
Which got me my ICF coaching certification. I've done everything with Coachville, done certified through Coachville. I just have to do one multiple choice question with ICF for me to be certified life coach through ICF. So that is what I am manifesting. I am manifesting a high score in my exam, and it's gonna be awesome.
So when did you do you remember when you first allowed yourself to have a C-level goal? Do you know what a C-level goal means?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So C-level goal, I think it might be CEO. I think that's what the C means, like high level goal, where it, to me, how I interpret a C-level goal is a goal that's like so high that it is like
you don't see yourself ever getting there.
But if you could, oh my God, it would be so cool. So do you remember when you first kind of allowed yourself to dream like that? Because it doesn't come naturally.
No, honestly, Coachville is when I started dreaming like that. I've always been a big dreamer, but it's just been imagination, like thinking that,
goal setting.
No, like I've just been a big dreamer, but I never ever pictured them really occurring and happening until I started Coachville.
Excuse me.
And once I started Coachville, it was like they showed me that you can really live your dreams no matter what they are. If you truly can. Like, and I mean, they taught me how to really live my dreams, and it's crazy because I'm a poor girl that didn't have nothing. Like we lived off food stamps.
Yeah.
And honestly, to be honest with you, my stepdad had a meth house outside of our house. I was not supposed to be anything. And so I joined the military to get out of that environment. Not knowing that I did.
Yeah.
I was just running, trying to get to something.
Yeah.
And then, getting out of the military and then it manifesting into me still supporting and helping veterans. Like, God had a plan for me from the very beginning.
And I can see the same thing with me. I love looking back on the pebbles and seeing how the path got us to where it is. Because my path started at Walmart as a department manager, and then now I'm here. But it's literally, if I did not start there, I don't know that I would have ended up here, because I can see how these. It's like that saying, what did I send you the other day that the message kept sending, the universe kept sending me. It was, everything comes in perfect timing.
Yes.
Everything I need comes to me at the perfect time. And those two different messages that I received back to back from two different places which was wild. One was on Facebook and one was on YouTube, and so it just shows that's, to me, that's what that means, is that it took the time for me to get from Walmart to
it's that journey.
life coach.
It's that journey in between
it's
is
like
what
I
makes
could not have just
there's a whole journey that I mean, people don't even know that I had a daughter at 16.
Yeah.
And then my daughter had a child at 16.
Yeah.
That I was a grandmother at 32. I was never supposed to be what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
And look at me now. So
Yeah.
if I can do it, if you can do it, anybody can do it.
I used to say, you know, that no, you can't do anything you put your mind to because, like, I'm terrible at math, so I could never be an astronaut. I used to say that. And now, if you look at SpaceX, now granted those people are brilliant, but these are everyday people.
Yes.
And if I truly wanted to be an astronaut, like if that was something, which I've never wanted to do that, but I think it's amazing, but it's not my thing. But anyway, if that's what I wanted, I could theoretically study my tail off to get good enough at math.
Surround yourself with other people that's in that area and in that lane. And you have to embed yourself.
I literally could have if I wanted to.
Yes, you could.
I believe that.
You can do it.
Granted, I have no desire to do that. But anyway, like I said,
we're doing exactly what we want to do. And that's because we were able to manifest it and live our dreams.
And continue to be servants.
Yes.
That's also our key. Let me see, I lost my place.
Yes,
sorry.
I love it.
We are blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, write out, thank you for things that you are wanting in the future. Take a moment. Again, I encourage you to say it out loud. I think there's so much power to speaking it, hearing it, writing it, all of those things. And then reading it again. After you write it, go back and read it again. You know, over and over. Like, envision it. Feel it. I want you to feel it in your body. I want you, you know, if your dream
is it tells you right here, if you just, it'll tell you the steps of what you need to do.
To saturate each of your desires with gratitude's magical power, begin with the first desire on your list and using your imagination, mentally answer the following questions as though you've received your desire. What emotions did you feel when you received your desire?
So that's what you do. Like you thank you. You call out the desire that you've already received.
Yeah.
And so this is a place where you close your eyes and you manifest it.
Yeah,
you manifest it. You feel it. You feel the desire happening.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing when you really do this. Because I do this a lot in Coachville.
And here's the thing I want to tell you. You may feel like a goofball at first. It may feel pointless because your mind is so full of stuff that you can't focus enough to really do what we're actually saying and feel the way that we are expressing we feel it. That's valid. In that post, it said, I'm finally starting. I have been meditating and stuff for months. And then I was just starting to be able to, okay, I see it. And then the more you meditate, the more you spend time with yourself, even if it's 10 minutes a day, just sitting quietly, you start to be able to slow that down because believe me, it's still a madhouse up here.
Yes. But meditation, I've figured out that meditation will slow your mind down long enough.
It's so great.
Yeah.
So,
number
think
2.
about what emotions you felt. And then number 2, who was the first person you told when you received your desire? And how did you tell them? Did you call them and you were like, oh my God, Brandi?
And this is the stuff that you close your eyes and you manifest it. Like you feel, so you feel the emotion of you receiving that desire.
Yeah.
And then in your mind, you imagine like, who are you going to tell? Who's the first person you're going to tell that you received this desire?
Them?
And like really imagine it in your mind of you like telling them.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm telling you this. I've been going to Coachville for 3 years. And I was the type of person, I was like, this is some bullshit. I was like every army woman, like this is some bullshit. And then I started really getting into it and doing it because I surrounded myself with other leaders that were doing these kind of things and stuff. And it was working for them. So I was like, okay, let me try. And so I started yoga, I started meditation, and like I started manifesting, like really reoccurring it in my mind. And Coachville taught me those things, you know, and it's been fucking magic. Excuse my language.
Yeah, it really is magic. It is. So,
number 3.
What is the first great thing you did when you received your desire? Include as much detail as you can in your mind. So this is where you really want to get into the details. So if your dream is to go to Holland and see the tulips, imagine yourself barefoot in the grass. Imagine yourself smelling the tulips. Imagine the photos that you want to take for Instagram in the tulips.
Yep.
You know, really just feel it and smell it. And this is where, this kind of thing is where knowing your body comes into play, because we store feelings in our body and we feel feelings in our body. So like when
That's why when you have a feeling, you have a trigger.
Yeah.
Because it's a feeling you've felt before in your past life.
Yeah.
I mean, not your past life, but in your past.
Yeah, and your amygdala knows that, and it's trying to keep you safe, and so it tries to protect you. So it doesn't know that, you know, you're
it's just having that feeling again. It doesn't, it just, you're having that feeling again, and so it triggers you.
Yeah.
And you don't, all you know is that feeling that it's making you have. You don't
you don't know that your kid yelling at you is not you're not in danger, but you knew as a kid when your dad yelled at you that could mean danger. And this is just an extreme example, but just to make a point. And so your brain, your amygdala stores that, and so when your kid's yelling at you, your reaction is, my reaction is to scream back at them. But you know, I've since not done that because I realize that I'm being triggered.
Yeah.
And so that is the feelings that your body stores. So because your body stores those emotions, being aware of that, then you can read your body and know what's going on. So for me, when I have anxiety, it feels like an elephant's on my chest. And I've named her, I call her Ellie, and she and I have not seen each other for a little while, and it's been nice.
That's amazing.
It really is amazing, honestly, because we were best friends for a minute, and it was not fun. It was a toxic relationship. But some people feel it in their tummy. They feel like they're going to puke. Some people feel it in their legs. They feel shaky, you know, but when you feel excitement, usually there's some tingly, you know, there's some joy, there's some movement with your body. And so, you know, just really kind of digging into that. And again, I know at first it feels ridiculous.
Well, no, that's what we do as life coaches, is that we help you start feeling your emotions again, because in this world, in this industrial world, we are learned to numb our emotions.
We buffer.
And as life coaches, we bring your feelings back to life. That's exactly what we do.
Yeah, it's important. All right, finally, reread each desire, just like I said, and really emphasize the magic words thank you so you feel them as much as you can. Move on to the second desire on your list and follow the same steps with each desire until you've completed all 10 desires. Spend at least 1 minute on each desire. If you want to do something that's really powerful and a lot of fun, you can also create a magic board where you attach pictures of your desire. Ooh.
And see, we can do some of this stuff as far as like content, or me and you can just sit down and do videos of us like imagining what we desire.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah.
Let us know if that interests you or what kind of things you want to see from us, because we really don't know. I don't know if this long video is going to be like, people are going to be like, or if they're going to love it. There's just no telling. So we really want to hear from you so that we can make it the way that you guys want it.
Yeah. Or bring value. Just bring value to
like
you.
Whatever you guys need from us, that's what we do. We're here to serve. Place the magic words thank you, thank you, thank you in bold letters on the board. You can use your fridge, or you can use your fridge. I can't use my fridge; it's covered in Malika stuff.
It's covered in, and my fridge is covered with mouse
stuff.
I love it.
We encourage her a lot.
Yes, she's amazing.
She's an artiste.
She's our little angel.
Imagine that your magic board is truly magical, and it is. My RAV4 was on my vision board, and I got it, and the way that I got the RAV4 was absolutely serendipitous. So imagine that your magic board is truly magical, and that whatever you place on the picture on your board is instantly being moved toward you. Your continued gratitude for it will magnetize it all the way into your life. So your homework is to count your blessings every day, make a list, say thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, I say it out loud. And
here, this chapter tells you a lot of what you just put your desires and gratitudes in there. Like, that's the way to do it.
Truly, each chapter will give you the answers to your first task.
I always say that because it makes it so much easier for me.
It does. It does. And it feels good to check that off.
Yeah.
Sit down at a computer with a pen and journal and list your top 10 desires. Write thank you 3 times before each one as though you already have received it. For example, thank you, thank you, thank you for my New York Times billboard with Fabletics. Use your imagination. Answer the following questions in your mind as though you've received each of your 10 desires. What emotion did you feel when you received your desire? So the wonderful thing about this goal, which it is my C-level goal. It is. And I started C-level goals in 2018 when my health coach and my business coach, she was both of them, she asked me what my C-level goal was, and I had no idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out now that you've asked me that question.
Yeah, and then I finally figured out that I want to be on a New York Times Times Square billboard with Fabletics.
That is
and
dope.
I have been to Times Square. It was for like 3 minutes, but I went to New York for that panel, and
I've never been in New York.
Ruthie, we were, going bar hopping, and she took me to Times Square just to see it,
It
was so. I remember it so vividly because it was so bright. It was nighttime, but it was like daytime. It was like nothing I've ever seen. So when I imagine that, like, I can feel that.
Yeah.
I genuinely know that will happen at some point in my life. So anyway, so that helps. That's why I say, like, those things where you're able to truly put yourself in a place that you've experienced helps to really magnify. So if you're able to do that, it can absolutely help. Even if it's just like going to the freaking Biloxi Visitor Center and pretending that that's your house.
Yeah.
Like something, we don't all have access to one of the
Beautiful
richest
homes.
persons and on the coast home.
Yeah.
And so that could even be beneficial. Okay.
Just imagining that it's yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I don't want a big house like that.
Well, yeah, but
I want a bunch of, but it's just that
if that's something that
that's
you
just
want.
something that you manifest.
Yeah,
yes.
You're right. I don't need a big house like that.
I don't want to clean all of it.
I just imagine that someone doing my laundry. I do imagine
You
that
imagine,
a lot.
yes.
I do. I really do. All right, finally, reread the sentence listing your desire and really emphasize the magic words thank you so that you feel them as much as you can. Create a magic board or a vision board, and I think that we should do a workshop for them on that.
I thought about that too.
I
Asking
think-
Sheila if we can do one and
I think we should do one live and
Oh, I'll do one live?
Yeah,
Yes.
for
Yes.
our people.
Yes. I think that'd be dope.
I think that's a good idea. If you create a vision board and put it in a place you see often, I can speak personally for vision boards. They work. Just before you go to sleep tonight, hold your magic rock in one hand. Say the magic words thank you for the best thing that happened during the day. Man, I hope that you guys love that.
Yes.
We
I loved it. That sounds good.
put a lot into it. I don't know if longer videos are something you guys like, so let us know, because I loved this, and we could, we do this kind of stuff all the time.
We talk all the time.
Yeah, and so hopefully it was of benefit to all of you. So thank you for being here. We are going to be on day 14 tomorrow, so we hope to see you then.
Yes.
Yep, we love y'all.
Peace out.
Bye.